story time again. Are you ready for another story? I am. I'm so excited about this story. It's all about a wedding. Have you ever been to a wedding? Oh, some of you have. Aren't they just brilliant? You get to see the bride in the beautiful dress and the groom in his tux and the beautiful flowers, and not to mention the dancing at the end of the wedding. Isn't it great fun? So let's find out what happens in our story today. It's the Scarecrow's wedding. Here we go. Betty O'Barley and Harry O'Hay were scarecrows. They scared lots of crows every day. Harry loved Betty and Betty loved Harry. So Harry said, "Betty, my beauty, let's marry. Let's have a wedding, the best wedding yet, a wedding that no one will ever forget." Do you think she's going to say yes? Betty agreed. And they hugged and they kissed. Then Betty said, "Harry dear, let's make a list." "Just as you say," answered Harry O'Hay. So they wrote down the things they would need on the day. A dress of white feathers, a necklace of shells, lots of pink flowers, 2 rings and some bells. Then Harry gave Betty O'Barley his arm, and the Scarecrow set off on a hunt round the farm. They hadn't gone far when they spotted some geese. "Oh, geese, will you give us a feather apiece? You can come to our wedding, the best wedding yet, the wedding that no one will ever forget." "We will," honked the geese, and they each gave a feather. A spider friend offered to sew them together. "Hooray!" cried the Scarecrows, and they hugged and they kissed, and they hurried back home and crossed dress off their list. Then Harry gave Betty O'Barley his arm, and they set off once more on their hunt round the farm. They hadn't gone far when some cows gathered round, and the bells on their wrecks made a wonderful sound. Ring-a-ding-ding, ring-a-ding-ding. "Oh, cows, will you please come make your bells ring for our wonderful wedding, the best wedding yet, the wedding that no one will ever forget?"
"Yes," mewed the cows, "we will tinkle our bells."
Then a crab scuttled up with a necklace of shells. Some mice found 2 rings in a bin. They were certain the rings had belonged to an old farmhouse curtain. What do you think? Yeah, I think that's a curtain in the bin too. "Hooray!" cried the Scarecrows. And they hugged and they kissed. "Pink flowers are the only thing left on our list." Then Harry said, "Betty dear, I can find those. Why don't I pick some while you have a doze?" Pink flowers, buzzed a stripy big bee. "I can find you a field of pink flowers. Follow me." So the bee led the way, and they travelled for hours till they came to a field full of pink, pretty flowers. Harry stood thinking, "I won't pick them yet. I'll need to find some water to keep their stalks wet." Do you think he'll find some water okay?
"Just follow me," croaked a lumpy old toad. "There's a lovely wet pool at the top of this road."
They climbed up the road. It was terribly steep.
"I'm tired," said the toad.
So they stopped for a sleep. Shh, they're sleeping. Early next morning, they came to the pool. "This water," said Harry, "is beautifully cool. But now I need something to carry it in, a jug or a vase or a cup or a tin." "I think I can help," said a small squirrely snail. "I'll show you the way to a very fine pail." It's very nice of the snail, isn't it, to help? So the snail and the Scarecrow set off on their way. But the snail was so slow, it took more than a day. Oh dear, poor Harry. Betty was worried. What's happened to Harry? Where is the Scarecrow I'm planning to marry?
The farmer came by with a frown on his face,
and he'd made a new Scarecrow to take Harry's place. Oh no!
"Good day," said the Scarecrow. "I'm Reginald Rake."
He took Betty's hand and he gave it a shake. Together, he told her, we make a fine pair. You're really quite pretty, apart from your hair. Then he jumped in the tractor and told her, hop in, I'm a really fast driver. Let's go for a spin. But Betty said, no, I must wait here for Harry. He is the scarecrow I'm going to marry. We're planning our wedding, the best wedding yet, the wedding that no one will ever forget. Reginald laughed. You'll be waiting forever. Forget about Harry. I bet he's not clever. That wasn't a very nice thing to say, was it? I must be the cleverest scarecrow alive. I can sing lots of songs, I can dance, I can drive. I'm dashing, I'm daring, as cool as can be. I can even blow smoke rings. Just watch me and see. And he took out a big fat cigar from a packet the farmer had foolishly left in his jacket. But smoking is bad for you, Betty explained. You really ought to be feeling ashamed. Don't be a fusspot, said Reginald Rake. My smoke rings are staggering, and make no mistake. He struck up a light and he tried hard to smoke, but straight away he started to splutter and choke. What happened next was completely unplanned. The lit cigar tumbled out of his hand. Oh no! It fell to the ground and started a fire. Betty screamed, help! As the flames flickered higher. But Reginald Rake said, I'd better be off, and he bounced away with a terrible cough. That wasn't very nice of him, was it? Then suddenly, who should appear? But Harry O'Hay with a pail in his arm. Betty! Cried Harry, my own future wife. And he poured on the water and saved Betty's life. Oh, that was lovely, wasn't it? Got back just in time. And they picked up the flowers and they hugged and they kissed. And then they said, now that's everything crossed off the list. The white dress, the necklace, the flowers, the rings, and the bells. They've got them all. So Betty O'Barley and Harry O'Hare wed one another the very next day. And everyone, even the snail who was late, said, don't they look happy? And don't they look great? This they agreed as they sprinkled confetti. Oh, Harry O'Hay and his beautiful Betty. It's the best wedding ever, the best wedding yet. The wedding that no one will ever forget. Wasn't that a lovely story? And they got everything on the list. They got the dress, the bells, the necklace, the flowers and the rings. Well, I hope you enjoyed today's story as much as I did. And I'll see you next time